I done came. They say that dreams come true, and when they do that, that's a beautiful thing. Do you want to
bring up one subject you'd like to discuss for today?
The VHA, the Veteran Health Administration Directive 1315 is the biggest thing.
I was just about to say that same thing.
Are we talking about this with everybody?
Yes, we want to keep this.
No. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, we all didn't get certified until we started talking about it.
So the same?
Yeah.
Real? Okay, awesome. Did you guys plan this before you came here?
What's up?
Okay. Hey, just to let everyone know, these are all veterans, okay? These are veterans here.
Can we move it from the schedule one? Shit. More soft than those guys that have more shots. I think it needs to be done.
I agree, okay, so John, since you got it up, and three of you all are very much on that, let's go ahead and bring that up. Do you have the handout?
So today, the front page is actually storage, and just for you guys, for literature, for you guys, for everybody, the storage and transportation according to the Casey Conception Act. That's not what I wanted to really talk about. We all a bunch of veterans who are coming to this table. At least primarily, that's the demographic today. And the VA has released a directive for your doctors to talk about cannabis with you, and that's a step. This was in December of 2017. So now for the last almost a year and a half, they can actually have a conversation with you about your medicine. There's actually a system, part of the VA system is before cannabis was on the illegal substance list. Now it is if you actually are a patient with participating in a state-sanctioned program, and they can put it on a medicine under the other section in a specifically medical cannabis. So that changes it.
The way that doesn't allow you to.
They won't certify you and stuff like that. Still.
Yeah, but you can tell them that you smoke. You
can have this conversation.
Sorry.
But now this opens the conversation.
Yeah, I've done that too. But I think that's the problem we're having here. Most veterans, and the reason why they don't want to come out. This is just me thinking, is because they're afraid they're going to lose their benefits.
Yeah.
And I think they're just holding on into that little closet of theirs, just like, I'm going to smoke here because, and then hope that I don't get a urinalysis, and then all my benefits are gone. I think that's the problem. I think. But they need to get educated.
For dudes that are have mental health issues.
Right, and then of course the opiates. If you're on opiates, you cannot be smoking cannabis at the same time. From what I told. So
it's not recommended.
Right. So this is great that at least I'm getting educated, and hopefully other veterans will come out and they're struggling, they need help with all these different medications, and then at least need to try it, or at least come to one of these and see what's there for them.
The VA currently, I think in January, there was 3 bills. January, December, there was 4 bills introduced. 3 of them specifically for behavioral health issues, for cannabis research that they're trying to get cleared through the Senate and the House. So the VA is already showing this progression. It is a slow progression, as we all know. That's how the VA operates. Nothing ever happens quickly with the VA. But at the point that we're at, to even see the VA making these changes, this is huge for the cannabis community. We're in contact with Root Force to try to open up to open up that resource with us and open it up to Guam. The people that they're talking to. So
it's kind of like a
it's medical cannabis patients, veterans who are using cannabis as a medicine.
Can we get information on
I'm working on it. I'm trying to put the organization together.
It's basically a support group.
It's
what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
But coming together and making sure that veterans are safe. They have safe access to medicinal cannabis.
I've never heard of it.
I'm working on getting the literature from the guys in the States as they're actually they're working. I was told that they're working on a logo specifically for Guam. That they, of course, we have to use their approved logos because we are trying to piggyback off what they've already created, you know. But it's basically a support group for veterans who medicate. It's a place for literally where we can sit down together and medicate and try to work together as a veteran community. We all know that a lot of veterans have PTSD or major or deal with chronic pain. So those things there are certain strands that help for veterans, and those are the things that we need to understand. What strands are helping you for your pain? What strands are helping you to sleep at night so you don't have any more nightmares? For your anxiety, so you can go to the mall and participate in daily life. Knowing those from other veterans who are going through the same circumstances that you may be going through. And that's where I started with Nick. Nick easily come into Guam, and I asked him because he was saying, hey, I'm an Air Force vet. And I said, I need to pick your brain. How did it help you? What did you have? I have that too. Maybe this can help me. And he said, you really have to take time to understand the plan. I've had over 2 years to do this. Now, I don't want to see anybody go through the growing pains that I had to go through. You know, now we have this program. We need to start supporting each other, not only as veterans, but as patients. And that's the goal of everything that, you know, of creating the Youth for Warriors and bringing that movement here. It all ties into patients helping patients.
And so also on that note is that big part of that with what you're saying also with the fact that veterans don't use the benefits, right? There's a huge stigma that's attached to this, obviously. And obviously you can't redo the wheel. This is years of damage done, hundreds of years of damage done that we're still trying to just reverse worldwide. But the first thing that we're doing here today is open discussion. At least we have a chance to discuss it. That has not been a chance given, like he's saying, in this room or somewhere else in the world, they have the chance to discuss it. So as you said, if there's a certain medicine that you find that you think helps you for any kind of chronic illness, then you should share it here. Maybe that might help the next victim who maybe isn't allowed to come to the group, which is okay. At least you still are a beacon of support in some way, and that we can lessen that stigma through this group. Is there any other concerns that you have for the veterans bill?
No, just mainly that, because myself, I was kind of like, dude, I gotta be careful, I gotta tread lightly, you know.
Yeah. I think all of us.
You know, it's like, how do I say this? What, you know, but you know, I was educated and I got the directive. It's just that thing still lingering in the back. Like, what if my benefits was to be taken away now, even with this directive? Is it possible? I mean, it's still there because they made us. You know, the stigma of cannabis has been out there for so long that it's bad. You know, it's stuck, and I just can't get it out. But this is the first step right here. So hopefully with this movement, and you know, everyone can get educated and have at least a testimony.
I don't know. I think the more we talk about it in open discussion, the more people are aware of things. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I try to do is educate them on the law and how it actually protects patients. People just don't know, and it is the stigma that is causing a barrier for people to get help and to get their medicine. But then there's other barriers too that are always in the way. Like, how are we supposed to get it? How are we supposed to procure it? How are we supposed to get it in when we have laws that are contradicting the law that allows us to medicate?
And is that fair at this point, 4 years later?
No, not at all.
How about you? Do you have anything you want to say about it?
Just hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, even with that, like now that you have the certification, there's still no part. But at the same time, like, you could literally walk around and do what you have to do because you have that little piece of paper that if it gets wet, you have to get another one.
Yeah.
But like, you have the access to it. It just sucks that.
You know, it's funny. I asked when I was getting my card. I said, "Hey, so where do I get the seeds?" And they're just like, "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "Can I go to the GPD, the evidence, and ask them for the seeds?" He's like, "Oh, you can try." I'm like, "That's the problem. You're right. It's like we have it, but
And then you also have the problem, like, now that you're certified, like, some people, you know, I don't know why they think that, but, like, they'll be like, oh, man, I could order online and get it sent over here. Like, no, that's actually still illegal, and how are you supposed to get it? And you don't know what's in some people's stuff, and, you know, it's expensive and everything like that, and how are we supposed to take care of ourselves when we have an additional cost into our daily lives that we have to pay for when, you know, if we have insurance, that should pay for it.
And that's what's sad. I mean, we've served our country, right? We have injuries from when we serve, but we can get all kinds of medication, but not the ones that actually work and are good for you. Like, really? It's like, it's just weird, man.
Great point. Great point.
He wants to be focused. Actually,
Dude, I'll probably just stare at you. I'll be like, dude, how do I get my top not like that?
That pen is very
horse shampoo.
Yeah.
Wow. Just letting you know.
I know.
It's a thick distillate.
I'm kidding.
Because when you lay it down, it doesn't move.
Well, I was talking about the pen.
Oh.
Yeah.
The boat. Oh yeah, this move.
Oh, yeah, here.
Wow.
And that is why we come together.
Like, I gotta. I just want to be able to talk.
That is a nice pen. Holy.
Sorry, just to go back on the subject
Sorry.
for rescheduling.
Sorry.
So, Roland, please go ahead. What would you like to discuss about the rescheduling, or at least what do you feel somewhere hasn't been brought to light?
I just think that, you know, since the islands are already voted and said yes, you know, legalize marijuana, even though we haven't had the law actually enacted, why can't they, why is it still considered a schedule? If the island already says we're gonna legalize it, why can't we just decriminalize it? You know? And if you don't have a card, then yeah, it's like a misdemeanor. But yeah, you get that, you know, that guy drove with how much shit in the back of his truck. I was like, yeah, you probably should. That's just being stupid.
That's not just weed, though. We had acid,
Yeah.
I believe, and all these other
Yeah.
drugs in the
But that's
Medicinal acid.
Yeah. And on his note, definitely rescheduling. I mean, if you could find out more about that, you want to share the next meeting, please do.
Well, speaking of his, you know, rescheduling, that's more of the federal level, and
Yes.
we there's so many restrictions, and you know, we're a tiny island. But that could, if we flip it around, and you know, coming from the cultural side, and you know, the whole decolonization and what people are talking about, go into, you know, talking with the tribes guys, like there's angles to go with that as being, you know, as an indigenous member of a tribe, being a Native American. That is pretty crazy when they start talking about that. On the other side, to be completely independent, that means no more fucking federal laws. That you know, there's a lot of individuals, and you know, with how a lot of our people are suffering from cancers that could have been from bad habits, bad eating, or the radon that's in the ground. You know, all the radiation that's coming from the ships from back in the day, from Wake Island and everything. Like we're suffering that. We don't know it until, like, you know, we have our aunts or uncles or ourselves that are, you know, that have that cancer. And this kind of stuff can kind of ease that pain. And it, you know, it's the least the federal government can do, since they've taken so much from us. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a patriot, like a red, white, and blue, but I'm still a Chamorro man, and my people are suffering.
Stuck in the middle.
Well said.
You know, my nephew, Joaquin Concepcion.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
my nephew. That's
Oh,
my
wow.
first cousin's
Wow.
son.
That was
Yeah, he this movement is how long already? And it's kind of sad, man. And that's the reason why I'm here too, is because he was really, if you see his YouTube videos, he was really medicating himself, but they gave him only I believe a year to live. But he went stateside and was just starting. He actually lived longer than expected, but it helped. It was kind of too late, but you know, if people were more educated and catch it early on, I'm sure a lot of lives would be saved. Anything.
I just had this crazy thing happen on one of my chat groups. You know, two veterans just talking about. Well, first off, they're hating on each other. Like, you know, one is obviously a white dude, one's like a Chamorro dude, and that's people from Guam, by the way. capital C, capital H.
Yes. By law.
But they were fighting, and it was basically a fight about different alternative medicines and how they don't have any doctors behind them. Like we could say something works, and we see it all the time. Especially with the chumals that are suffering from like diabetes and stuff. Like if you try this will work. And then you have like the traditional healers that say the same thing. I totally believe in that kind of stuff. And then you have pharmaceuticals that are like, no, this is the only drug. It comes in a pill and it costs $50 or whatever. And one of these other guys, he just so happens to be white, but he starts talking about how there's no studies behind it, and that people are like killing themselves because they think that it works, but it doesn't. And in all honesty, if you think about like history and everything, there are so many people who have just had better lives and just stayed positive and have healed within, which is a very powerful concept. And there's no empirical data that actually shows how that actually works. But you know what? Fuck that. If he gets to live the way that he wants to live on his own terms and he's happy, what's not saying he lived his life? Even though he died from something else, he lived his life to the fullest. And you can't say that when you're on the dialysis table and you're just like, fuck, my life fucking sucks. My fucking life sucks. You start going bald and everything, and you're unhappy, and you're going through this thing hoping that you're gonna survive, and you don't. A lot of people just, are like, you know what? I'm just gonna die. Fuck it, I'm just gonna smoke weed. And sometimes you hear about people getting better or living way longer than they were expected to. That's just the reality of things. But medicine is a practice. It'll always be a practice. It's not something that's set, and it's always evolving. So what's not saying like this right here, what we're using to medicate is the best thing for us right now.
And it took you, coming back like to a year and a half later, hearing you say that, you showing that involvement and that understanding, it shows that even being on this table, it shows that you've actually seen that you've come full circle, and you've actually seen the way that on how it's helped you. It helped me, and you've translated it to helping yourself, and understanding that, man, it's so amazing. Within just a short amount of time, you just looking and doing your research, and man, I commend you. I commend every patient that's coming up and taking the time to research. It's a lot of stuff to ingest.
And I just feel like a better person when I consume it. I mean, when I medicate it. I used to just take like 1 or 2 tokes, right, and good for just ease my mind. But I tried going a little further, and the wife even said that you look fresh. Your face looks like you have no more stress. More interactive. I don't rush to be from point A to point B on the road anymore and have this freaking road rage that like I'm gonna die. Like how in Afghanistan and thinking you're getting your convoy and you're like, okay, am I gonna die? So we rush and we get from point A to point B. And I'm doing that here on Guam, and I'm doing it to civilians and to my family is at risk. I'm at risk. Everything's at risk. But when I'm medicated, I'm going 30 miles an hour, and I'm like, holy crap, babe, I'm freaking, am I going too slow? And I'm not, it's like, I'm so observant, and there's no more care anymore in the world. When I'm out there on the road, I'm actually a good driver compared to, I say I'm a defensive driver when I'm doing my road rage stuff, but it's not. I'm actually putting people at risk. But like I said, when I'm medicated, dude, 30 is like going like 80 now.
Don't show your license.
You can edit that. But I'm just saying the benefits of it. Yeah. I mean, there is some laws about it,
happier,
right?
and hungrier.
Yeah, pretty much. A better person, the person that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Then when I'm not on it, because certain reasons I don't have no seeds or no pen, then it's back to that same situation again. And it's just I'm waiting for it for me to get it and always have it. I'm not addicted to it. I like it because it's making me the person that I'm supposed to be. Just that.
So we're going into like, let's say, close to the 40-minute mark here. So great content so far, everybody. I just want to say thank you very much again. I wanted to, again, extend for the next meeting, whatever ideas you want to bring, feel free and open to talk about it and discuss with other people so that you can bring it here again and we can all benefit. I think it's just eye-opener for many people on different levels. You got to see that the determination is actually happening around us, right? On many levels. And we can help you with the Women Warriors, things you can learn more about that. You guys are the local Women Warriors, whether or not you know that now, and pretty much she's probably helping you, and we also have something as well, right? And with that being said, to aim to really push to help people. One big thing, and I'll launch this here so that everyone knows in the future, is that we have to align ourselves with a charity. Not only one, every charity is possible, but for now we have to align ourselves with a bigger thing than just us. Because cannabis isn't helping anyone, so to speak. But let's say, for example, I have CBD sales right now that help me rent this room out so that we can do this. That's one way cannabis is helping people. And if we can get more people to get aware of the products and how it can really help them, then we are helping them. And so these are different ways it can happen. It doesn't have to be strictly these guys with big money have all control, we just gotta wait till we get the foot in the door and we can be legalized. No, we can shape policy. John actually surprised me less than 2 or 3 weeks ago when we started this movement. Because again, this movement isn't just this medical program. We have a legal movement, we have a CBD movement, it goes beyond 1 or 2 groups. But he did mention that we need a platform, we need the senators to come on board, we need to do all these things. And I said, look, we are the people. 20-some thousand or 40, I can't remember the exact number. 19,000, 20-some thousand voted for legal conception, right? So we got that. But where are those people now? And where were they for the 4 years? How come we kept voting these same people and they didn't do anything? So the only way, unfortunately, is to do what we're doing, is to take control outside of the government because they're servants in themselves. But we also have to serve ourselves. We cannot always rely on them. And if it's at that fault that they don't do it, we also are at fault for allowing them to do that. Because really, you're giving away. We're giving a lot away. And we're so willing to do it because the policymakers are the ones pushing for it and we don't really know. Yay legalization, but yay higher prices. Yay the fact that we'll never control the quality. Yay that there's no focus of the medical patients right now. I don't think we can celebrate that. I don't know if that's something we really want to vote for. I think that's why the senators are united, because some of them just don't care and they'll vote yes. And maybe they have the majority. But again, the platforms I just presented to you today are just a small bit of what's not being talked about. So if we get together, and this is just the medical side, but we also get families together who want to talk at this March 18th closed door event is going to be the first event, but after that will be open discussion. We need to be ready. We need to be united. We need to educate people along the way. We have some content already made for that. Definitely you are part of this movement. We say, hey, it helps people. You know, like if we fundraise and we give it to a charity, that's a direct help. There's no question about ambiguousness or, oh, did we really do anything on Guam? No, we really did. We had a fundraiser, we did a car wash. We just gave that straight to Borrow. Or we gave that straight to Game. Or we gave that straight to Green Valley. Or we gave that to any organization that exists that we truly, it's a bigger picture, but something to think about because we are the bigger picture now. We'll give it about one round of closing. Now we're at the 5-minute mark. Anyone want to say anything? Anything that you feel? Anything that you want to discuss? Any benefits of today? Let's try to use the word medicated. We have to reform concept. So it's always medication. A couple not arrested for being medicated. A couple arrested for being
Where's the next one? On a plus side, we got CBD to bring you back to normal.
Yes.
So we this is it's not like we don't put it in your eyes. Do not put it in your eyes. But on the plus side, we do have remedies in case something like that and somebody gets a little over medicated. We do have, there are CBD products here that we can use to rebalance you out so you are not leaving here unable to drive.
Just kidding.
But I want to thank you guys. I've been holding this back from telling anybody. I've been telling you guys, hey, we have something working. I just wanted you guys to be a part of it. Now it's time for, I know we all of us have a network of patients that we know. And the next one of this is to expand and get more patients to the table. As we do this, and I want to encourage you guys to talk to your family members who need to know about how to get certified and pass that word. If you know a family member who's been on major medication issues, have had major issues for years, talk to them, and this is something just been like a pipe dream. Now we have a place. This is the step. This is the first step in moving this whole thing forward. The exposure that we needed, and I just want to ask you guys to help pass the word. This is just a place for us to be able to get everybody's thoughts, so we can bring it all to the table when we send a representative or two down there. You know, we're not trying to be outrageous, or it's just we just want to be able to get everybody, at least from the patient standpoint, and have it recorded so we know that this is what the patients are saying. This is how they feel, because nobody ever listens to patients. Very rare. You know, and this is our opportunity to get our message out there across that this is a medicine for us. This is what helps us. You know, we need to be able to show that. Yeah.
Okay, so again, thank you all for coming. And again, I hope to see you all in the next meeting. And thank you again.
Do you wanna be happy? I said, do you wanna be free?